Before we start the show, we want to take a minute to talk about the recent surge in support for the Black Lives Matter movement as a response to the murder of George Floyd. We have always believed in equality and championed diversity. As part of the LGBT community, we have directly benefited from the brave actions of queer people of colour, and as it's currently Pride Month, we want to remind people that you do not get to celebrate being a part of this community whilst also holding racist ideas and values. As white people, we have an enormous amount of racial privilege, and part of being an ally is using our voices and the power that we have to elevate those who need to be heard and educate others who still fail to realise the realities of how strong a hold the systemic racism in our country has over its people.
We encourage all of you to listen to people of colour, especially black people during this time, and to follow their lead with care and support. We've included a list of links in the description of this video with resources on how you can help. Donate if you can, protest if you can, but at the very least, please make the effort to amplify black voices and educate yourself and others on the injustices black people are experiencing every day and have been subjected to for hundreds of years. This is not a political issue. It is a human rights issue. With that being said, the biggest changes can only occur with the correct people running our countries. Please make sure you are registered to vote and use your vote wisely. Black Lives Matter, and saying so should not be in the least bit controversial. With all of the resources available to us in 2020, ignorance is not an acceptable excuse. Thank you for listening. We'll now continue with our regular dose of YouTube garbage.
I find you very rude.
The Novympia channel is made possible by our gorgeous patrons who get early access, exclusive content, and buyer's remorse. And a Carol Burnett to our newest patrons, Michael Mokeram, Jamie Branton, Sasha, Ness Tank, Emily Martin, Cadet Tao Tao, and John Brooks. Let's start the shit show.
Team Novympia is all set up and ready, I think. This is so nerve-wracking. What if it goes tits up?
All right, let's do it. Hello, welcome to IMHO.
In my homosexual opinion, I'm Auntie the Grand Tit Nally Chan.
And I'm Dixie Lynn Essence Hall.
Nice.
And we have two other ladies.
I'm Deborah Messing.
I'm not sure that's right.
Did I do it right? I'm Deborah Messing of Will and Grace fame.
Perfect.
I'm deflated Ross Matthews doll.
Oh, gross.
Oh, no.
That's so distressing. I'm sorry. Please continue.
And we
leave.
also...
And I'm intern.
Okay, thank you, Alexis. No, we're good.
Oh my god.
So that's
this is going
that's
really
the
well.
American version of Char, just for those of you watching from home. Oh my gosh, we have the crossover of the century. We are crossing the pond, as it were. Novympia.
This is the collaboration absolutely fucking nobody asked for, but it's happening anyway, so, you know, whatever.
If anything, people said the opposite. They did not want it. Not only did they not ask for it, they actively said no.
We've played right into their little hands, haven't we? Their clammy hands. We've got some wine on the go.
I was going to say it's the evening over in the UK. What time is it? It's nearly 9:30 in the evening. I've got a pre-made canned mojito, so there's some like ice ASMR going around the mic there for you guys.
Pre-made canned mojito. Sounds appetizing. It is.
It's Britain.
It's
Delicious.
It's nearly 3:30 here. In the afternoon. So I am on my second beer because my father didn't love me.
Quarantine. Woo!
Are you girls drinking?
Are you imbibing?
You know what? I woke up like 3 hours ago, so I haven't drinking or eaten anything.
Oh no! Poor cow!
So I'm running on whatever bodily fluids I have from last night.
Chan is going to be so drunk with dehydration. It's going to be hilarious to see the things that come out of her dry lips.
Speaking of bodily fluids, are you drinking anything, Alexis?
Thank you for asking. You know, I've actually been sober all quarantine. I haven't even had coffee or soda. But last night, for the grand finale, I drank this whole bottle of wine.
Yes, you did.
Good for you!
I'm just drinking water today. I got my little...
I can't relate.
A flask or something there. That's great. You're dressed like an owl, which is perfect for a review of Drag Race. It's so fitting.
Thank you. Well, I thought I was so inspired by Crystal's bird lip sync, which we're going to cover
Oh my
later.
gosh.
I thought I break out my old head.
It actually is
I thought it'd be
fitting. I thought I was taking the piss, but it actually is fitting, so I do apologise. There's another person that we would be remiss not to introduce
of course.
Here today. Oh, Alexis is gone.
Oh no.
She's gone. She's literally left the
I
Zoom.
guess you did not compliment her in the way that she's used to be complimented, which is insults. So I think you were actually nice to her and she combusted.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
I don't think I was nice to her, but if she thinks that, then that's one way or the other. Well, I don't know. Should we wait for her to come back or just carry on?
Sorry.
Honestly, who's to say if she'll ever come back? This just is what Alexis does.
We did.
That's why she has an entire family in Oklahoma she's never seen, because she just walks away. That's what she does. She cuts and runs.
Oh, she just leaves. She can't be bothered.
Yeah.
Just flew away.
She'd probably pop back in. I would just keep an eye on the participants, but let's keep going. If we get to the meat of it and she's still not here, I'll send an ambulance.
Okay. That sounds like a plan. That's
Well,
smart.
we did have Alexis P. Bevels for a good 5 minutes, but she's fucked off. Well, listen, we've also got our trusty companion Head with us here today, and
she's really dressed up for the occasion.
I'll just show
She's
you.
doing a
She
little
looks
cosplay.
gorgeous. She looks absolutely beautiful.
Oh
What do you guys?
my god! That's so rude.
She looks so
Don't
good.
you think? Doesn't she look beautiful?
I think she looks stunning.
She looks gorgeous. So we're going to leave her here.
I was
For the
so
duration.
excited to meet her, and now I have a
I'm
enemy in the UK. So
So
you
this
know,
is
other than the
Head,
Queen.
and you know she's giving you her very best, the same picture of
So
Dixie
rude.
every day.
They say imitation's the biggest form of flattery. I think Head's just a big fan.
Oh, hang on, Alexis is coming back. She's gonna. Nobody mention Head, and we'll just
See if she says
anything. She won't notice.
she won't notice. Yeah, she's still drunk from last night. Alexis,
All right.
Are you all right? Isn't it?
Oh, she's so professional.
Girl, you have to keep those Dell laptops plugged in. They do not last that long.
It is a Dell laptop.
There's a reason.
I'm so sorry. Whoa, what is that? What did I
damn.
miss?
What?
She noticed. It's
Head's
the
come
same
in
picture of
her best
every
Dixie
day.
cosplay tonight.
But it's like a physical
so
version of
mean.
it.
Oh my god.
It's gorgeous. What are you talking about? It's an homage.
So-
we're gonna burn it later.
But Before we get too deep into it, though, before we get into the finale, I do want to gush for a minute. I have been a Novympia fan since 4 weeks ago.
Last Tuesday.
Deep into your. No, I think I've been a patron. I've been a patron with y'all for a while.
Well, listen, we don't do refunds, so...
Yeah, no refunds, bitch.
That's okay. We have a very weak dollar. I don't know how much money I would get back, to be honest.
Oh yes, yeah.
I'm just so excited to be here. I was so excited to meet Head until she was a complete bitch.
You're hurting
and
our feelings.
I told her not to do it, but you can't tell the bird. She does what she likes, so I'm sorry about that. Can you
No.
apologise?
And I do want to thank you so much for not inviting Char to be on this this call.
Well, I
Charmaine
don't know if you guys
is,
have
a
to.
lot.
You guys don't have to pay a TV license, do you? But we have to pay a license to watch TV in the UK, and she can't afford it, so she can't watch Drag Race.
Well, I was going to say, not only that, her broadband is so appalling. She'd be about 3 pixels on screen right now.
There's no point. There's no point.
It's absolutely useless.
Well, that's what happens when you live underground. You know,
Yeah.
it's an issue.
Under a rock, like Patrick Star. Is that his name?
She looks like
Patrick
Star.
Stewart.
She does look
Patrick
like
Stewart.
Patrick.
But he actually lives in space. It's Star Trek.
All right,
And-
Hedwig.
I don't
Also-
really know about Alexis. I'm not sure about her.
Well, that's okay. Good. We're about to start this because Shannon and I were wondering how this would play out because we've learned a lot from Alexis and her Jennifer Lopez Australian/New Zealand accent. So to see the two of you go head to head in your accents, Alexis,
Did you just say
do you want
Jennifer
to?
Lopez?
Yeah, so I learned.
Yeah. So she doesn't know.
So I learned a trick. I thought it was Australian, but our gorgeous listeners have told me that it's actually New Zealand. If you want to speak in a New Zealand accent, you say Jennifer Lopez in a certain way, and it's like this: Jennifer Lopez, and then you're into it. And I'm from New Zealand, and that's all you do.
Jennifer Lopez.
Gin.
What was that?
Gin.
It's gin like the drink. Gin.
Jennifer.
And then low is like glow. It's like saying glow, but without the G.
Low.
Laurel.
Piz.
It's like a half silent.
This is-
Go on, go on.
Lar.
Jennifer
Lar.
Lopez.
Oh, that wasn't atrocious, but
Yeah, it
Beautiful,
was.
you've done-
Don't
Honestly-
patronise me.
People say they can't, like, it's definitely New Zealand, it's not Australian. We thought it was Australian for a while. They both sound alike to me. It's all dingoes and kangaroos, as far as I'm concerned.
No.
New Zealand's got more of a. New Zealand's got more of a kind of a deeper kind of.
What on
the-
earth would you know about
The
it?
vowels are pronounced a bit kind of like.
You wouldn't have the first clue.
The easiest way I was told was if an Australian person says fish and chips, someone from New Zealand would say fush and chops. It's like lower.
Fush and chop.
Fush and chop.
Fush and chops.
I feel like you're making that up. So
No,
we all
I heard
sound
that.
Stupid. No one speaks like that.
Well, they wouldn't say fish and chips at all, would they? They'd be like fish and a side of fries.
Oh my god. Chan, that sounded just like you. I thought that was
That
you.
sounded like an American.
Right? Yes. Thank you so much. It's already like knives at dawn. We haven't even said a word about RuPaul Charles.
Oh no.
Spare
Yeah,
her.
we can't wait to do her accent. We're just really excited to be here. I can't wait to discuss the end of this season.
This is so
we've-
fun. I think this is the best way to do it, is with all of us girls. I think it's really, really great.
Oh, all of us
Or
girls are
it's
gonna
a
have.
mistake.
Well. It was a mistake when Alexis returned.
That's why they usually only give me a minute at the end.
Ooh.
Alexis,
oh.
look.
Accent is
They're
sound
treating you
there.
like we treat you.
Yeah.
You don't sound unlike Rebel Wilson, so you're kind of getting it.
Rebel Wilson, new Snatch Game character. Season 23.
Oh,
I mean, sure.
look at Dixie's
Yeah,
face.
she's so funny. She's so funny. Rebel Wilson.
I like
so
her.
good at comedy.
So
we all liked her at one point.
You were very kind in your words there, Dixie. So thank you for allowing us to have this shared moment together, because we have watched you for so long as well. And may I just say that your performance for our house party was so lovely. It was a fucking
We
mess.
loved
It was
that
the most deranged
so
thing
much.
I've ever seen. It was disgraceful. Thank you so much for that.
When you sent it through, I
course.
watched it, and Olympia hadn't watched it yet, and I was just sat with headphones in, and I was just like sniggering to myself and like crying with laughter. And she was like, "Whose is that?" I said, "Oh, it's Dixie and Alexis. It makes no sense." And Olympia was like, "Oh no, is it really bad?" I was like, "No, it's fantastic." And it's the stupidest.
I was like, "Oh no, is it shit?"
Because
She was like,
I was just
"No."
like, "This makes no sense."
She said,
whatsoever.
"It's not shit."
Well, I want to
So
say,
we don't.
I want to say that was
Yeah, go
all
ahead,
Dixie's
Alexis.
idea. She wrote the whole thing. She directed
Don't-
it.
Shut up! They just said it was shit.
No, they
Don't
said
blame
me for that.
No, we
go
said it
to-
was
well, actually-
not shit.
not shit.
It was the
anytime we want
perfect
to
kind of
do
crackhead energy we
performances-
wanted.
Well, we usually Chan has the best digital performances. I think it's your youth. Chan, you've got this youthful energy. You get memes. You understand memes.
She was
You
too busy for us,
The memes,
unfortunately.
She was too busy, but I'm
She was
glad
too
she was
busy, too
because
booked and blessed.
any video she put next to ours would have made ours look even worse than it already did. But the whole reason I brought all this up, I wanted to do this in a public forum because I feel like this is how it's done. I've enjoyed your videos, but I think now I've surpassed the need, and I'm going to cancel my Patreon at the end of this. And I just wanted you to know.
You know, I appreciate the honesty. That's fine. I mean, I think now we're at the stage where we won't really notice one dropping out, so that's totally fine. by us. You do you.
I thought I recognised the name Dixie Lynn Cartwright because she's a patron of ours. I knew I noticed that name somewhere.
Not anymore.
One of the first drag videos I've ever seen was someone impersonating furniture, and they had a lampshade on their head. And,
That wasn't us.
That's his bitch.
and I was like,
That's his bitch.
This is fun. People are pretending to be furniture.
Who would do that? How embarrassing.
It was the blueprint. It really opened up the doors for so many furniture impersonators, I think.
No one has ever described that video as being opening up the doors for people.
Anything.
That is
anything.
That is so overreaching. It was a piece of shit. It's still a piece of shit to this day. But you're very, very kind.
It absolutely
Alexis
did open up doors, and then you pretended to be a chair and you propped the door open to let everyone else through.
Can you mute her?
No.
Is there a way?
Yeah,
to
I
mute?
can. I can. Well, I can, but we're going to have her audio to use anyway. I'll just delete that when she sends it over.
That's true. No, I loved. That was actually how I found you, was that video. And I thought the first time I saw it, the first thing I thought was like, that is a video made by two people who don't have central air conditioning.
Right.
Where is the lie?
People at home are thinking, Olympia, what is that beautiful sort of lip gloss you've got on? It's sweat.
What is that liquid highlight?
I'm
so dewy.
Highlighted for the gods. It's just pouring out of me. You can't. Don't
All
look
right,
at me.
Pheromone. I can't wait to
Don't
watch
look
you
at me.
fall.
You can smell something. I don't know if it's pheromones.
We chatted before we started recording, and believe me, that footage is better left unrecorded. But we just none of us really took copious notes on this finale, so we're just gonna play a guessing game and piece together our memories.
Yes,
I have
great.
notes from where the competition really starts rolling, like the lip syncing and everything. But
Don't be boring.
Everything leading up to then, like the interviews and the looks, I don't have anything really. So I think we'll just have to like spitball and see what happens.
Well, I think Dixie was on a roll there, so let's let her carry on, Nova. Thank you so much. I do apologise on her behalf.
I mean, this is what is known as
Shut up.
a collaboration.
Shut up. Shut your mouth.
So-
Shut your
I'm
fucking pie hole.
I'm usually the Nova of IMHO. I'm usually the buzzkill that has all the
You
notes
look
and
like
keeps everything
the
moving.
Nova.
So, in her dreams. Are you kidding? Look at these massive pecs.
Oh my gosh.
What even are
Thank
they,
you.
though?
Yeah,
What's actually
Shan, I'm
going
coming
on
for your
there?
titty good.
Yeah, how are you pushing them together
Nothing.
like I see cleavage?
It's like a couple of
Those are
satsumas.
I have little pec muscles. I have to lift boxes.
I
Ooh.
do not.
Yeah, but if you've got pecs, you would have upper arm meat, so I call bullshit.
Oh, I had it removed because my clothes so clothes made in America are not made as well. So I didn't want to rip
I
any
see.
seams. So I lost some mass.
Not since Robbie Turner has there been such an elaborate lie.
Oh!
Do you remember that?
Ma'am, is
Do
she
I
okay to
remember
come
that?
back?
I think I
Is
tweeted
she
something
okay to
about
come
it
back?
just the other day.
It's been 2
I would-
years.
I
She
wouldn't
should come back,
mind.
right?
No,
Yeah,
no,
All-Star.
I wouldn't mind.
All-Star 6.
no.
No,
All-Star
they,
Because as
6.
soon as she
That's
comes
Robbie
back, it's going to be
Turner's
all
season to
people talk
lose.
about.
well, no, because they'd have to send a car for her, wouldn't they? And that wouldn't work.
Oh. Yeah, so, in America, we're going to be canceled for that. But don't worry, we've already said some
Oh no,
terrible
we
things.
said a lot worse than that.
So we basically we're going to piece together what we can remember from this finale, and we're going to go forward. I think
Let's
the
get
first
into
thing
it.
we should talk about, honestly, is we thought we were done with the face keenies from RuPaul, but she blessed us with yet another face keenie.
It looked like a pair of knickers that was like stretched over her face. I thought the
I
polka
mean-
dots.
Blessed is one way to put it. I don't know how I feel about this.
What?
About the face keenie.
I mean, let's
It's-
call a spade a spade. She can't, she relies on Raven to do her face, so she's got to. But why did she not just kind of come in a nice suit or something? Because I find her a bit distracting.
I like her when she comes into the workroom as a boy to say hello to the girls and they're all out of drag and she's wearing these stunning suits, sometimes a hat, a nice something around the neck and a nice pair of glasses. I think Rue in that kind of boy mode is always immaculate, attractive, well put together. Why could we not have had that for the finale?
Oh, okay. So there seems to be a little bit of an issue, a language barrier here. So what you call attractive, we in America see as a mess.
No.
So we
Right.
don't see what Rue was doing as attractive. But yes, I agree. She shows up in suits all the time. Maybe she has some makeup routine as a boy that she also can't do on her own.
That Raven
Maybe
also
that's
does, yeah.
that Raven also does.
I don't know. How hard is it to just, like, stick on a little bit of
Just rub a Sani over your face. How hard is that?
Like a skin smoothing filter for, like, them to work on it while presents afterwards. Like, how difficult is that to do?
That's exactly what I thought. Just say it's a season 1 filter. Make fun of season 1 and then put on a Vaseline filter.
There's been several episodes in recent seasons where every single shot of Rue you can tell has got a filter over it. So, like, and that's fine. Like, I would do that to us. Like, that's not being shady at all. That's fine. I'm just trying to prove that it's doable. So why not just do it again?
Honestly, I don't really care. I've turned up to set looking worse.
Yeah, but
And
you're
what set would
doing
that be?
that
Your
right
living
now,
room?
So
Your living room. Yes, actually. That's absolutely
Your living
correct.
room. Thank you. But overall, we got to see 2 incredible looks from RuPaul. We had the
Shut up. You're so
kind
stupid.
of hat askew, and then we had her as a giant eyeball. And even that, she didn't get right because the black
there was a
background
little
behind
line.
her, you could see the seam.
You could see the seam.
You had a theory about the eyeball, didn't you?
I had a theory about the eye was an afterthought because I feel like Rue filmed himself in front of a black background wearing a black
all
top.
black.
So he would look like a floating head, and they were like, okay, well that's creepy, so let's put a giant eyeball around it.
And then everything else was green screen, so we thought maybe afterwards they were like, okay, so for the next set of footage, do it against the green screen.
I love, and I'm sure y'all get this all the time, I love when people will, like, write in the comments, like, when are you going to be on Drag Race? Are you auditioning for Drag Race? And I was like, all they have to do is watch a single episode of IMHO and know that, no, we've said too much.
It's not gonna happen!
It's not gonna happen.
Also, it's just a simple answer of like, oh yes, I think I'll go on the next season. It's as easy as just showing up at the studio and being like, I'm here.
Right.
You know what? That
Right.
is such a good idea. I will do exactly
Right?
that.
I've never
I will
thought
go
about
on
that.
Drag Race.
Thank you.
I was going to
Thank
head
you.
to that Holiday Inn Express. I'm going to go to that Holiday Inn Express and just sequester myself.
While
and then
I'm there,
boom,
yeah.
Yes.
Here we are.
Speaking about
Chan
Sauron, I feel
Chan
like
is our biggest hope. We edit out all of the bad things Chan says because she's our biggest hope to ride the coattails.
Is that what you're doing?
Yes, girl.
The managing?
All of your best jokes. I need to hold on to those until you're on season 19 of Jasmine Masters' Best Friend Race.
I don't
And then
know how
it's
much longer
over.
RuPaul's going to have this show, too. Like, if she was struggling to have, like...
oh, she will
said was
have it to
missing
the
her
grave.
grips.
She will have it
On
to the
reality.
grave. I want to apologise for our cat meowing, by the way.
Exactly.
The little meows. That's
Yeah,
our cat
Oh,
underneath
I've
the table.
I've got some better than you.
I just wanted to point out, you guys mentioned Sauron. Alexis doesn't look unlike Saruman right now.
A gay Sauron.
Like what?
Yeah.
That's Lord of the Rings, Dixie.
What?
You don't understand. That's just a joke between me
Not
and
a
Neil
gay
Gaiman.
Sauron, just a really
No,
butch Sauron.
I was too cool for Lord of the Rings. I was too busy.
Oh
fucking
right, that
bitches
was
under
it.
the
That was it.
bleachers.
Too cool.
We
I was
don't
playing
have
football.
bleachers over here. You know what's
Oh
so
yeah,
fun
what do you
is
have? Just haunted
Behind the bike
old
sheds.
wood.
we have haunted old wood. We have like a cricket pitch.
The whole of the UK is not just like fucking Hogwarts. It's
You
not
know
just
what's
like
so
in the
funny
Forbidden Forest
is-
by
I
the
feel like
Great
all
Lake.
of the UK is haunted. Let's be honest. I feel like all of the UK
Yes.
is
Well,
just
I feel like we deserve
filled
it.
with ghosts.
We deserve it.
I had to look up what a pep rally was the other day.
What'd you find?
Oh,
Isn't that like before a big like sporting event?
But I don't really understand the purpose of it.
yeah.
It's just kind of.
Well, Chan,
It's to
you're
like
from
create an
Texas.
atmosphere and get everyone
Pep
like
rallies are big in
revved up.
Texas.
Yeah,
Chan,
pep
what
rallies
were
are,
your big
like-
Texas ones like?
It's the high
Because we don't have like do we have like inter-school football leagues?
Yes,
We don't have cheerleaders, do we?
we do now, but only in recent years. I feel like
we've
within the
got
last decade.
Taco Bell now. Everything's so fucking American nowadays. Boo!
Don't come for
Fuck
Taco
you
Bell.
guys.
Wait, you don't cheerleaders? How do your young, hot blonde girls get fucked up knees?
Dance.
They just go to the haunted old wood.
Wait,
Oh yeah.
I am from Texas too, and I have a recommendation. Next time you want to look,
I'm gonna pee while you're talking.
next time you
I'm
want to
gonna
look
pee
at
while
something
Alexis is
crazy,
talking.
type in Mum, M-U-M, and Homecoming. Chan,
Oh
do you remember Mums?
Yes.
It's these crazy like flower concoctions that girls would wear on their shoulder or men would wear on their like a garter, and it's like a ribbon
like a
with
corsage.
ribbons and bells. But it was like the bigger the better. So some of them are like full on backpacks that you wear on the front. They like cover your face. MUM, homecoming mum.
I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If you had a high school boyfriend, you had the biggest mom.
Yeah. Go look it up. They're
I have never
drag.
heard of this in my
well,
entire
and they're
life.
only
drag.
Texas, right, Chan?
Yeah, yeah.
They
I
don't do
haven't
them anywhere
seen-
else.
I haven't seen it anywhere else. No.
Yeah, it's like Texas,
That is
Louisiana.
so weird.
It's just another reason not to go to Texas.
Yeah.
Right.
There's a few on the list, but it's definitely on the list. Yeah. But they're fun.
A mum
Ooh,
over
I
here
feel
is
better.
like your mum. Like your mum.
Like, up your mum.
Oh,
Honestly,
Oh.
Texas is a really gay state when you think about like all the big glam that they try to do,
Tight
but like
jeans.
in a Western way, like tight jeans, big belt buckles,
Yeah.
giant hat,
Destiny's Child.
Very
Destiny's
calm.
Child,
Right.
it's definitely drag.
Mum's on your front, and the bigger the better the mum.
Yes. yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna send y'all
So
pictures.
that was great.
Me.
They're drag.
Oh, please.
I can't wait, Sarah, man.
Please
I'm
don't.
really looking forward to that.
Okay, can we
Let
do
me
a
just
reference to
see-
Snot So Nerdy? Can we call her,
Share circa strong enough.
Oh, I'll take it.
Thank you.
Yes.
I don't need. Okay.
Alright, what's
Should we-
next?
I love
What's
my
next?
singing voice.
I don't have no.
Thank you. Yes, I do. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I don't have any other notes now until like the lip syncs. So like over to you.
Can we talk about Rachel Bloom's
Great.
pornographically large breasts full of
Oh,
milk?
yeah.
Rachel Bloom is one of our favorite people in the
Yeah.
entire world, and she was not lying.
Why?
Her knockers are fucking huge.
Do you
Why
guys
do you
know
like
you
her
can
so
touch my
much?
boobies? You can touch my boobies. Do you know that song?
We're gonna have some fun tonight, cause you can touch
Oh,
my
from
boobies.
Crazy
Yeah.
Ex-Girlfriend?
Yes.
I stopped watching that because I didn't find her that crazy.
Well,
I had no idea that it was anything to do with that because there's a music video, and I think did they use the song or I don't know.
Yeah, it's
but
kind of a-
she was like, she had like a whole YouTube thing before she like became like bigger. Like it's quite an old video. Like the green screen is really bad, and it's like not at the beginning of YouTube, like in the middle where like YouTubers weren't really cool yet, and like if you said you were a YouTuber, people would be like, okay, get a real job. But like, it was
Get a real job.
yeah, because like now
And
I feel
now
like
look
everyone
at
wants
us.
to be a YouTuber. Everyone wants to be a YouTuber now. But you must
well,
look it up. It's just genius.
Chan, all season long, Chan, all you've been doing is talking about your titties and your big old jugs.
My
Were you
titties.
threatened by Rachel Bloom's big old milky
Rachel
jugs?
boobs.
Rachel Bloom's
I
boomers.
was happy to see MILF representation. I think mommies with
Mm-hmm.
like giant knockers deserve more representation in the media.
I
think
agree.
We're scared
Mhm.
to admit that we find moms hot. I don't know.
Alexis looks like someone's mum.
thank you.
She looks further from
You
anything.
look like a hot milf. I think so, don't you?
Dressed like that, I would not trust her with my children.
Yeah,
You
like
look-
a bird party.
It's like when you look. What's a bird party?
A party where you go dressed as birds.
Why. Is that
Oh,
a
thank you.
common thing?
No, she looks like when the you know those parents that go to the bus stop to pick up their kids from the school bus in like weird costumes. If Alexis, if the state
people.
ever gives you back your children, that's exactly what you would do
Well, I gotta be
when
honest.
you have your children back.
I gotta be
to
honest.
Alexis in
I got
person.
I got asked to do a show about Hedwig, and they meant Hedwig and the Angry Inch, but I misunderstood the assignment, so I did like a Hedwig from Harry
Love
Potter.
that so much. That's
and that's
iconic.
why-
The
I'm wearing
most
this now.
embarrassing, depressing thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, I don't get booked a lot because of, especially after that. But
Yeah.
Oh no!
but I
Word
thought it was fun
spreads.
with Crystal. I thought it'd be a hoot.
Mm.
Oh,
Right, how do you
no.
kick someone
Oh
out?
wow,
And,
wow.
how to kick-
Yeah.
She's so proud.
Before the lip syncs, I don't know. There weren't a lot of extra stuff. There was that long thing from Heidi where Heidi was like showing how to wash your hands and whatever. I just
Well,
like
I
to
wish
put
that was
back-
longer.
No,
I wish
you
the
don't.
Heidi segment was. Yes, are you kidding me? Couldn't you just watch her
that
do
was one of-
shit?
that was my favorite part of the episode. Was the Heidi segment?
I wish they had talked to her longer. I wish there had been a whole segment about Heidi because I want to know everything about her life.
That's true.
I just the little comedy bit just seemed so random and out of nowhere, and then it was like immediately followed up with like an in memoriam segment, which is just not what you want.
It was
You don't
very
wanna warm
stitched
up.
together. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want
And
to
then
warm
cool
up
down.
that segment. Yeah,
I don't know how else they would have done that though.
Well, just put it in a different
It
place,
was
I
a
guess.
mishmash, this episode.
Well,
But I think they did well with what they had.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I was happy to see Heidi do anything, but that segment just wasn't my favorite. But Heidi can do no
I
wrong
want her to
in
have
my
her own,
eyes.
like, YouTube series.
She cannot
think
do
she
anything
needs her
wrong.
own series.
Even when she's like not
True.
performing, for me, she's kind of like a Cynthia. Like I just always want to be listening to her talk
You wanna
shit.
see my cuckoo?
Oh, well, not right now. But,
Oh, turn that camera off.
Or like who else is like someone on like a Heidi type that's like someone you just always want to be listening to. You never want them to stop talking because they're so personable. Not you. Don't fuck off.
Well, she has the best. She's the best talking heads. Like anytime they cut to a Heidi talking head, it wasn't just that. Like, yes, of course she's personable, but it's also that there are zero walls up. Like she clearly
it's so
she has
genuine.
no walls, and she's so genuine. And when she made like she was constantly making mistakes, saying like epiphany instead of epiphany, and like
Dumb.
instead of that being an embarrassment to her, she was like, "Oh, I've been saying it wrong." Which is just such like an honest. It's such
so
an honest
cute.
reaction that
She's
it's
just very
cute.
sweet.
She's filled
Yeah,
with joy.
it is.
And
Yeah.
it's infectious.
She absolutely
Yeah.
deserved Miss Congeniality. It was never going to go to anyone else.
No.
Do you
and
guys
Shan
know,
said-
like-
Cherry pie. Who else?
No.
Oh, sorry. What?
we don't mention
well,
that
she's made
name.
certain people
we,
feel good.
we refer to her as Sloppy Pie Hole. Thank you very much.
Sloppy pie hole.
Yeah, that's what we call that.
Thank you very
Politically
much.
correct term.
That's kind of offensive
Yes.
to bottoms,
Yeah.
though, right?
God, no, it's not. Well, maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know.
don't know.
Let's ask
Pardon me.
Dixie.
Nova, are you offended?
Let's ask Dixie. Oh, shut up! You're so stupid.
Okay.
I like that Dixie's like, I don't know.
With her beer
No,
and her giant jugs.
Of course. Yeah, with these jugs, you can't be anything but a bottom with these, mama.
You can't be anything
Now
but
you gotta
turned
bend
off.
forward.
Exactly. No, I just like to lay there. I have a bad lower back, and Curtis knows that. So, yeah,
his
it's
fault.
fine. It's his. He blew it out.
He blew it up.
It all comes out.
Were there any finale like entrance looks that like caught your eye? Like for me, I saw Aiden Zane and I was kind of like, you know what? Maybe we do like
What?
her.
Where did that come from? I was bowled
Where?
over. She looked great.
Was
What
really
the
good.
fuck?
Loved it.
So good.
She knew she had to. I think that's what it was. She knew she had to. If she wanted to secure any kind of career on the back of this, because there's been so much like mess throughout the whole season, especially with her. If she wanted to cling on to any kind of career on the back of this, she had to end on a high. She had to pull something amazing out, and she did.
But don't you think, though, like, don't you wish she had felt that urgency to do well before she went into the competition?
100%.
Like, I
Yeah, but
agree. She looked
Half
great,
of them
but it
don't
was
know.
like,
Half of them
That's
don't
true.
realise, do they, until afterwards. They have the growth on the show. They're around people who are maybe more elevated in terms of what they look like. And then they realise, don't they? And then at the reunion, they usually come back and look... I was going to say, let's talk about Honey Mahogany, but even that was a letdown, wasn't it?
I don't want to be...
Do you remember that?
People know how I feel
yeah,
about
she looks
Aiden
good
Zane,
now.
so...
She looks good now. Honey Mahogany can get it now. She looks great.
It's
But the,
Oh, it's Honey.
the thing about Aiden, like, I agree, Chan. She looked amazing, and of course, I think she had to. But like, Chan and Alexis, we are all from the southern United States. Was that not the most southern backyard you've ever seen?
Oh, yes.
Like,
Fans.
wasn't that the most? Could you hear the cicadas and like smell the
It
honeysuckle?
just felt so hot. Like the grass was just cut. Like
It
I
felt
smelled
hot.
cut grass.
That
That's so
grass
funny.
was cut at 5 p.m. so that as the sun was setting, the heat wasn't as bad. That is Southern American grass.
Couldn't
I
you
knew
just
she smelled
smell the
like
pork rinds?
Ooh.
Honeysuckles, but yes. Honey. Do y'all have honeysuckles in the UK?
Yeah.
What is that, a plant?
Yeah, it smells like honey.
It smells like
When
piss.
you eat
It
it.
actually tastes like honey as well, like the nectar and
Yeah.
No,
stuff.
so
you
over
just-
here we have like actual food. We're not scavenging around in bushes.
Or the woods.
Or the,
We just-
or the old haunted wood.
Over here we don't need to eat because we're all ghosts in woods. Dumb. What a
That
stupid.
works
You're
out,
so
that
dumb.
works out really well. Anyway, more fish and french fries, please. Yeah, I loved her
So
look.
dumb.
I was also blown away, and I know this is like silly because we were all blown away, but Crystal's life-size pinata.
Fuck.
Could
off.
you?
Fuck all the way off. That was fantastic. Oh my god! That was so dumb and so great. Crystal just brings us so much joy. She's so full of love and happiness, and she's got such a good vibe. That was so stupid. It was the dumbest thing I've ever seen, and I loved it.
I have a question regarding pinatas, because we don't really have those here, right?
Yes, we do.
Okay, but hear me out, first of all. A pinata is like, does every child's birthday have a pinata there?
No.
I'm going to say no. I think it was kind of appropriated, right? From...
It's a Mexican thing, isn't
This
it?
is not Mexican
culture.
Yeah, but then, like, have you guys all, as a child, hit a pinata?
Yeah,
Yes,
I have.
multiple times.
I feel like...
Yeah, so I've never done that.
I feel like in my childhood it was more common at Halloween to have a pinata because then it was full of sweets and candy.
Can I tell a really sad story?
They're always filled with candy.
No, I know, but like it was more
needles.
No, it was more appropriate for Halloween.
Mentioned that I'd never hit a pinata before, and when I was at university, these girls I live with managed to order me one online, and I went about hitting it. And after
I just remembered this story.
After I finally managed to destroy it, nothing came out because they didn't realise that they had to put the stuff in themselves. So after I beat the fucking shit out of this thing, nothing came out, and I was so upset. And they were like, "Oh, we've got to go out and buy some sweets." I was like, "Don't fucking bother."
It's the thought that counts.
I mean, they've definitely become more common in the United States. They've definitely been appropriated for Mexican culture, but Mexican Americans, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of shops in Chicago that are just filled with pinatas.
We can't get them at
pinatas
Target.
are such. Yeah, you can't get them at Target.
Yeah.
So Chris's pinata look was good.
Yeah, she looked great.
Who else is?
I wanted
who
to
else
hit her.
was good? I couldn't stand Widow Von Du's look. I thought she was like a bin liner. I thought that was so gross.
It was a great concept. I don't think it was executed well.
I think that's been a common theme for Widow. I think
I agree.
Widow
She has
has
great ideas.
and she's so endearing. But there's just something about the execution. I agree. I could see it looked like the legs were made of cardboard that she then wrapped in trash bags.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted more for her because the season in general, I felt she made such a big impact.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought her problem was with proportion. Her outfits were never proportionally very good. I don't know, when there's so much like puffy weird shit going on made out of like a black vinyl, and then she was bald essentially, wasn't she, in that? It was like
She had like a skull cap thing.
I just thought like proportionally it was like such an eyesore, but that's the only one that stuck out to me, that hers and Aiden's, for good and bad. I can't really recall.
I really, really enjoyed Britta's cone bra gown situation. I thought she looked gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. I think Britta is gorgeous. I think
so
when we
too.
when we get to a season where Jan and Britta deliver the looks they did and we don't remember them, I think Drag Race has jumped.
Yeah.
What's that called? Jump the shark.
I know what you mean.
What is that?
Jump the shark.
Jump the shark. Yeah.
Wait, what was your point?
Because if we had put. Thank you for asking. Literally, no one ever does. If we put Jan or Britta on season 7, the worst season by far, if we put them on season 7, we would still be talking about their looks. But they came out with these polished, gorgeous runway looks, and we never talk about them.
Well, this is something that we've been saying throughout this whole season, that there is such now an impossible level of standard because of this show. It's now a level of standard that only exists in this show. So that's not what real drag always looks like. You go to a drag show, you can't expect every single girl to be giving you Drag Race level looks, because it's just
clearly
unrealistic.
not. I mean, look at the data.
Look at Alexis.
Well, I was gonna say,
this is what Chicago has to offer.
I was gonna say,
Alexis,
an argument I always bring up is it's exactly what you said, an impossible standard. That's why I loved Crystal so much, and Jada's, because all of their looks they did themselves, and Gigi to a degree.
Yes.
But Gigi had help.
No, not Gigi. Gigi's fucking mum.
Yeah, Gigi's mom.
Gigi.
You know what?
Gigi's
you know what
mom
I could not
who's
believe?
watching.
Who
Gigi's
loves
mom
the
who's
show.
watching. Go ahead.
No, I'm
Go
saying,
ahead.
Gigi's mother. Oh, Gigi's mother. She said when Gigi walked into the workroom on the first day, I was blown away. I was like, bitch, you made the outfit. Why were you blown away? You knew what
The
she was going to look
accent.
like.
Proud. That was a good
What
accent.
was that accent?
Yeah.
What was that accent?
It tended to... the last word I said in an American accent was pork rinds, so it started to get a bit southern.
Girl, can I tell you, my absolute favorite American accent that Novympia has ever produced. Y'all take a minute, go back and watch their Jeffree Star video. Nova's Jeffree Star. The reason it makes me laugh so hard
accent
is because the minute she starts to lose it, she just closes her mouth. The minute Nova's accent starts to go, she just stops talking all of a sudden. You're like, was that the end of the line? And you're like, no, that was the end of the line for her accent. No, I'm onto it.
Did you ever watch the outtakes for that?
Of course
I
it
think
did,
that-
yes.
I think
my gosh,
only
you can
on
see
Patreon.
it was a struggle.
But Charmaine
It
and
was
I
a
sat
struggle.
there for ages, and she couldn't pronounce like killer, and we were just like
really, really like pissy because I hate doing
Angry.
accents because
So
of my
angry.
incapability to do them.
and she kept saying killer, and we're like, it's a killer, and she was like killer, beauty killer. We're like, oh, this is fucking hopeless. Give up, just go away.
I can't do
Anyway.
accents either, but Chan, do you have accents? I don't know that we've ever like explored accents on IMHO
Look at her face.
outside of Alexis.
I don't think so. Sometimes
We're just not
I
an
have, like, a
accent-driven
Texas
show.
accent, which is just like me talking slowly, but that's me just trying to think as I'm speaking. 'Cause I'm forced to speak.
Yeah.
That is a Texas.
Yeah, when I get drunk, I get very southern. I'm so sorry to interrupt this conversation about accents, but let's go back to the show. I loved Gigi's look, and I know it's very much one and the same of what we've come to expect from her.
What was Gigi wearing?
Were we floored
She
by
also
it?
had cones.
It was
Which
that
look?
velvet
Rouge.
cones.
Oh, I
with the
loved
blonde
that.
hair.
Oh yeah,
because the headpiece was something like an old hair dryer.
The wig.
Oh yeah.
It was like one of those
Yeah.
massive hair
She
dryers.
had this
right?
massive like
Love
updo,
that.
and then she pulled
Cone head.
the hat. That was clever.
Our thanks
yeah.
go out to Gigi's mother.
Yes, well done.
But here's the deal, though, with Gigi. Gigi is like that is A+ drag. We would all be thrilled to wear something like
Thank you,
But it
Dixie.
comes-
You're right.
that. Right? Wait, is there a thing happening? Am I in trouble? But what's great is that, or what's not great for her is that she came out of the gate like that. She came out of the gate
Yeah.
with all of
Yes,
her
she did.
costumes
She did.
done to her style. There was no place to grow.
Yeah.
Which is why by the end of it, we were rooting for Crystal more than her because we saw
Yeah.
Crystal grow.
Yeah.
Gigi started at the top.
We
and now we're
can't
here.
not deny the fact that Crystal is way more likable than Gigi. Let's just call a spade a spade. Gigi has a level of egomania, which you do expect from a drag queen because it's part and parcel with the gig, but it does sometimes come off as a little bit like, you'd rather hang out with Crystal. Like everyone would rather hang out with Crystal.
I personally feel like Crystal has, if she doesn't, she at least appears this way. She seems to have more confidence with herself as a person. She seems to have more fun, and she seems to...
She's more fun.
Not
She's
necessarily
more fun.
with drag, but just like as a person, she knows who she is. And I feel like Gigi is constantly, her mind is going...
Well, Gigi's a baby. She's
Everything she
21.
does.
That's the mind of a genius. I thought I
the mind
understood
of
in
a
the
a
finale when she
master.
said there's a difference between confidence and what is
Cockiness.
it? What's the word? Cockiness. Thank you.
Yeah.
There's a difference in the arrogance and the confidence, and she's aware of that, and she's qualifying it. For her age, I thought it was smart. I didn't mind it at all. As a impossibly beautiful, skinny white lady,
You just want to get on her good books because you want to like take some tips from her. That's what that is.
I was just
I can
disappointed.
see right
Feel
through
her-
that.
I want to steal her costumes. I want to let out the waist and go down the street with giant
Also, we have
holes
to
in the
meet her
side.
mom soon. We're meeting her mom at Sidetrack whenever all this is over.
We are meeting her
Yes.
mom when this is all over. So, Gigi's mom, we love you. No, but I see what you're saying. Crystal is more
She's gonna
carefree.
fucking hate me.
Yes.
Crystal is more carefree.
Yeah.
She's more
Absolutely.
fun.
Yeah.
But there's a genius to Gigi's drag, and I think there is a little tortured genius inside of her. I'm gonna say that.
I enjoy most
gonna say
her
that. I was
dark,
gonna say that.
dry sense of humor. Whenever she did like a comedy challenge, sure, she had
She's
to
funny.
pre-write it, she had to memorize it, she can't do it off the cuff. Fine, I'd never had a problem with that. That it was all pre-rehearsed and memorized and whatever. That's fine. It's so funny.
Can I just
It's
get
so funny.
a quick read of the room? Like, I just want to know everyone's like favorite Drag Race girl. Is that a thing we can just do real quick?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Chan,
Yeah.
do you have an answer for this?
Yes, my favorite is Bob the Drag Queen.
Okay, great one. Dixie,
Bob the drag queen.
is
we
it really?
had this conversation. Yeah, we had this conversation a few
Okay.
weeks ago, and we both, Bob the drag queen for
Yeah, that's a-
sure.
Perfectly valid one. Alexis, what, Vivacious maybe?
Ornacia, yeah.
No. Mimi on
Frodo.
first.
No.
Mimi on
I'm
first.
gonna say Jinx Monsoon.
Oh yes, yeah, great one.
Okay.
Delish.
What about y'all?
I've got a few that are very
No,
close.
there's only
but
one.
I'd say,
The-
I'm going to say one. Oh my god, let me speak. Adore Delano.
Oh!
What?
Yeah.
Did she win?
Wait.
No, she didn't win.
You're joking.
She was
Are you-
my first like exposure to drag.
She exposed
Wait, but
herself to Nova.
but now, what is the continued fandom? What
I just
what?
like her because she has always maintained this. She's so confident with herself. She's consistent. She doesn't try to be anyone else. She owns up to her mistakes. She throws her hands up. And I like the musician side of it because she's a real musician and I really enjoy that.
I'd like to ask why Dixie is so wildly offended by this.
Yes.
Well, okay. Because I know Adore Delano from American Idol, Danny Noriega. That's how I was introduced to her.
Me too.
And she's fine. I like Adore Delano. I
When
do.
she looked like
Watching
Ellen
her break
Page.
down on All Stars, one of my favorite moments of Drag Race history.
Dixie doesn't like her. I don't think
That
that
was
I
so
do like her.
disappointing,
It's just
wasn't
the best drag queen to come out of Drag Race. You think is Adore Delano?
That wasn't the question.
That wasn't the question.
My favourite.
You stupid bitch.
I'm not saying she's
Okay, I misunderstood. I said Bob the drag queen is the best drag queen. My favorite drag queen to
your-
come out
yeah, your
is
favorite.
Magnolia. Magnolia.
Dumb. So dumb. Dumb.
Wait, Olivia, who would you say?
Mine is Raja.
Oh!
Oh, that's
Yeah.
a good
Diamond
one.
Crown Queen.
Because I look like her. I look a bit like her, I think.
She's very funny too. Her and Raven.
Yeah,
I think
No, in a
Raja is
funhouse
just the
mirror,
most
for sure.
Is this? It's just you. I will get on a plane and come to South Bumfuck USA. I will find you.
We live in the north. We're in Chicago.
Oh yeah,
We're
of
close.
course. You keep talking about being from fucking like Dance Moms, Southern Texas, some shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, bitch,
I'll
you
take
are
you to
from.
meet my dad.
We might be
I
coming
wanna
to. We
mention-
might go to Atlanta. Is that right? Atlanta.
Who knows what?
Yeah,
was that
that's
for?
that can't be that far from you, right? That's a plane, isn't it?
Yeah, very close.
Oh.
This is clearly a memory
Very
I've
close.
suppressed.
Very
going to
close.
Atlanta,
Chan, what
aren't
were you
we?
saying?
I want to mention Jada's look, the space look.
Yes.
I thought that was
Yes,
the
yes.
coolest thing. It was designed by
That got
Joshua
no
Naponte,
attention.
who is a Chicago designer, and he designs like costumes for like continental, or not continental, Miss Universe, like
Oh, that makes
What?
sense.
pageants, like.
It was
Oh my God.
beautiful.
To see that on her. I was.
What's his name?
Joshua
What's his name
Naponte.
again? Oh my god.
I
Yeah,
think
you
it was a
retweeted
shame.
him.
Mm-hmm.
It was a shame
Yeah.
that it was the finale format ended up being the way it was because a lot of these looks you didn't get to see them in their full potential. So like everybody watching and listening, you have to go onto these queens' Instagrams and see the photo shoots they've done to
Right.
see these looks because Jada's especially was phenomenal. Like it was one of
It
the
was
most
much more deserving
crazy
than
beautiful
Olivia.
things I've seen in a long time in Drag Race.
I'd actually forgotten about Jada's space look, and I'm angry announcing that, because that was, I thought, the best part of the show, and it was literally on screen for like a minute, and then it was gone.
Yeah,
that's
the
was
problem.
like absolutely exquisite. It was next level, and I'm annoyed that I don't own that piece.
Because it wasn't a normal finale. They each outfit didn't get its moment walking along the runway,
and she was never going to wear that for the.
It's a shame.
The lip sync, was she?
No, of course not. So it is a shame.
It was very. I thought they, on purpose, I thought they put that as the final look in all of the intros, because it was so breathtaking. Like when I saw it, I was truly, I was like, what am I looking at? And then as soon as I even thought that, it was gone off the screen. And I was so upset because it's so beautiful. She did not come to play.
RuPaul did a one-on-one with each of the girls where I, for the first time, whether I had not been paying attention, I don't know, learned that Crystal's real name is Cody. And I just want to announce that made me think of Scary Movie 3, like pedophile priest going, Cody.
Cody. How about when she
Do you remember?
Like, is that your...
She kept leaning over to me going, Cody.
Cody.
What? Is that your
What'd you
real
say,
body
Shannon?
hair? And was anyone else like really disturbed by that when she was asking her body hair?
Yeah, that was strange, wasn't it?
But it
Is
was
this
almost
your
as
body
if
hair?
to say, like, I'd rather I didn't see that, thank you very much.
Oh no, I thought maybe she was like, she liked
opposite.
it.
She
Yeah.
just wanted to
She was
fuck
into it.
Crystal from the start.
Yes.
She has.
And you know, so seeing this head in an eyeball go, is that your real body here? That was just... That was fun. I had
That
to
was
digest
so
that.
creepy.
Yeah.
They were very sweet, though, weren't they? They all had a personal message from some family members, and it would be ill-advised to make fun of the family members if they did a bad job, because that's not what this is about, Dixie. All right.
Now, okay, can I make fun of one person, though?
Who's it going to be?
It depends.
No, I'm not. I'm not making fun of anyone's family. Get out of here. No,
I just wanted to say about Ruin the Eyeball. I know the whole idea was supposed to be that they were using like Snapchat filters and like Facebook filters, but I kind of wish that they went a bit more overboard with that. I really wanted to see Rue like floating around in the cocktail glass with like the ice cubes, and like I wanted to see Rue like as a foot. Like I wanted like the crazier ones, not just like in the middle of an eyeball.
And instead, you've got
Or, like, the
Alexis as a
potato.
foot.
Yeah, the potato is so great.
Thank you for filling in the gap, Alexis.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I agree.
Alexis
I just
is
think
so
that would have
good-spirited
been
about it.
great.
Alexis must get shit on by you all the time, and she's
She's just happy to be here. Look
She's
at her.
smiling through it. She's happy to be here.
That was our deal. Is I get to ride her coattails, and she just gets to shit on me the whole time, but I get to come along.
Well, you're right behind her holding it.
Well, yeah. Well, when Shan and I started IMHO, I was like, Alexis, we will certainly let you join this, but there need to be some rules put in place. And so what I did, I watched a bunch of Novympia. I saw how you treated Charmaine, and I said, "This is
You
the
could be
rule.
our Char.
Is that who I have?
You are going to be Char."
This is the working
Yeah,
model.
you have Char to thank for this lifestyle choice.
Plot twist.
It's all
Can I just
Char.
say-
Twist, me and Char are going to start our own show.
And no
What
one
would
will
that be
watch
called?
it.
What would that be called?
It'll be
Shit-
called
shit up.
After the Credits.
Oh my
It'll
God.
play after the credits of videos. This is perfect.
Can I just say, every time you guys upload a video, it's some kind of like OCD thing within me to take like your thumbnail or something and write after IMHO, put TEP, so it spells Imhotep.
Imhotep.
That's fucking weird.
From the Mummy.
You know, like the mummy.
What is that?
I love that movie.
Oh, the Mummy?
Yes.
Yes! He's called Imhotep, but I always want to write Tep on the end.
We should
That's
do
so
that.
embarrassing.
Oh.
Yes!
Why?
Yeah.
That is so specific. Thank you. I will never
Don't
remember
thank
that
her.
again.
Thank you.
All right. Should
else
we
is
get
there?
into the actual lip syncs? Because there are 3 we got to get through.
Oh, yeah.
I
Yes.
loved the idea, the whole concept of doing the close-up lip syncs. They should do that more. That was so clever. What a
Great
great
idea.
idea.
No.
Shut up.
Incorrect.
Shut up.
My
That was
teeth
so
are made of
cool.
cardboard and horse glue. The last thing I need is a close-up of my teeth. When I'm on season 27 with, Jasmine Masters best enemies. No, lost it. I
But
lost
you don't
that.
go on Drag Race with like nice teeth. You go on there and then you go to All Stars with
And then
nice
you,
teeth.
yes,
that's when
If you're from
exactly.
Chicago,
The
if you're
guess.
from Chicago, you do not go on with nice teeth. We got
cannot wait
Kimchi,
to
we got
see
Shea
Shea
Coulee, we
Coulee's.
got Trixie Mattel.
Well,
Has
we're
new
British,
teeth.
so RuPaul's Drag Race
We don't do
UK
anything
is
with
a
good
sea
teeth,
of bad
so.
teeth. So
Yeah, I think RuPaul takes
Girl.
their teeth at the end of the season.
Makes a
He just
necklace.
collects all their teeth.
Drag Race UK, I appreciated Drag Race UK so much because they openly talked about flippers. They were like,
Yes.
yeah, no, I don't have good teeth, so I bought a flipper just for this. And I
Yes.
was like, Jean-Benet Ramsey did not die in vain. That is her legacy.
Dixie.
That's from Ramon.
Too soon.
or she did not die at all.
Oh god.
Oh,
Save that for your
we're not
controversial
having this
podcast,
conversation.
please. Save
She
that for your
became-
podcast.
She became Katy Perry.
Dixie, then there's
Oh,
nothing
yeah.
controversial at all. No controversial.
No, there's nothing
topics to be
controversial.
had.
So
No,
I think in
the
terms
earth
of
is flat.
the close-up lip syncs, I know Gigi was in the middle, but my eye went to her because she used her eyes as well as her mouth,
The
which the
fucking
other two
eyelash
didn't do.
like choreography was so smart.
Yeah.
What?
It's
What?
very
That was
clever.
good.
It reminded me so much of, and I'm so sorry I'm blowing so much smoke up your ass, but Chan does that a lot. Chan is an eye head choreographer when she lip syncs. You should look up her performances. So good. But that's what, same thing. I was drawn to that, and I was also drawn to Jada. And I know this sounds so stupid because Carson was like, Jada. First of all, Carson looked like he had just put an entire vat of Vaseline on his head and had just like cleaned himself after a murder. But he was like,
Oh God.
Jada,
What
I
an
loved how you
observation.
moved forward and then moved back and then you moved forward again. I loved that.
I'm like,
And as like silly as it was, I fell for it. I was like, I agree. She moved back and forward.
I
in reality, It was probably really like tired. Like even me sitting here filming this, like I just want to rock to give myself something to do.
I actually thought we got some really like unpleasant angles from Jada, and I didn't think that such a thing existed.
Because she shoved her nostril right over the lens.
I
didn't she?
I don't think that was good. I think maybe she should have had the camera a bit higher, or I don't know.
you could do better.
That's not what I'm
Oh,
claiming.
no. I think she's
But I
so
do
beautiful. Any angle works for me. I loved it.
I think
That's
Crystal was
great.
definitely the weaker out of the three in that lip sync.
What do you guys think
Don't
about
you think... Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. No, clearly it's the Dixie show. You go right ahead.
Hello. Well,
Look at those
I think
pecs.
There's nothing there.
I think Crystal went into it. I think she went into it kind of knowing that she was the underdog of the three.
Yeah, she
So
just
I
wanted to
don't-
have fun with it.
Yeah,
But that-
so I
that
think
makes her
having
more
fun with it
likeable.
was-
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
Maybe I
clearly,
should be an underdog.
we know that you hate Crystal and you think that
I
she's.
don't.
Oh, we know that. You've said it now.
It's because RuPaul wants to fuck her so bad, and all I've done is wanted the DJ from DragCon to bang me, and I can't wait for that moment.
So, in terms of their individual lip syncs, can I just say that Crystal's bird thing, I thought that was the most precious fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
I
Yeah,
actually
loved it. And
cried,
did you notice
like
that?
laughing.
I
At
thought you were
first, she
gonna
was.
say
It was
No,
bang, and then
I
she
was
put the hat on
laughing
the second
so
word
much
came
because
in.
I was so taken back. I was not expecting it. I just thought it was
she was
the
so moved.
craziest
She
thing.
was so moved.
I was crying from laughter. I just couldn't handle it. I was so overwhelmed by this little baby bird and this big bird. When she's like singing to the fucking egg, I thought I had taken something. Like, it was ridiculous. I loved it so much.
Seeing a mother throw up into the baby's mouth moved
Oh
Nova
my
to
god,
tears.
that was great.
To tears.
I thought that was the best one, though. Did you not? I thought it was the best one.
No. No. And I don't hate Crystal, but apparently, given the evidence, perhaps I do. No, I don't at all. But the thing that bothered me was when the mom and the baby were flying together, they were both singing the chorus, but there was the lead voice singing different runs and different lyrics. And she didn't sing the Nelly Furtado part. Both mom and baby sang the chorus. Well, Nelly Furtado was apparently off screen throwing up in someone's mouth.
Do you guys
Nelly
think
Furtado's saying that? Wait, I don't understand. What is the logic here? Like, is the lead bird supposed to sing the chorus?
Well, there was two people on screen at the time, and they were both doing the exact same thing. They were both flying, and there's the chorus of like, I'm like a bird, I want to fly away. And then Nelly Furtado is singing something different. She's like, like that, you know, classic Nelly. And so when she was on screen with both of them, I wanted one of them to be singing the lead part, and one of them to be singing the chorus.
There's a lot of this right now, and I didn't hear the first half. So really, if we could just move on to something else, that'd be
You wanted crazy? Well, you've got crazy now.
Oh, God.
Well, this is why we've got Alexis here showing us how it should have been.
But also, do you guys think that Nelly Furtado will be on a judge on Drag Race Canada?
Oh, I hope so.
No. She's
Shit,
Canadian.
She's Canadian.
Yes.
Oh, God.
I would like it to be
hope
Nelly
so.
Furtado, Alanis Morissette, and Avril Lavigne as judges on...
Ooh.
Can you imagine?
And The Rock.
Avril would be
And The Rock.
so good. And
The Rock?
Isn't The Rock?
Dwayne
Isn't The
The
Rock
Rock.
The
Canadian?
Rock's not
He's
Canadian.
from Los Angeles.
He's from Hawaii,
No, he's
isn't he?
Canadian.
Oh, is he?
No.
I think he's from Hawaii.
He's Samoan, yeah.
No, I think he's Canadian.
I think
But
he's
I
Polynesian.
think he grew up... Google it.
He's from the Bronx.
You Google
You
it.
Google it, bitch.
Okay, Alexis.
Yeah.
Alexis, you're dressed up as a bird.
Yeah.
And you did that specifically because you have been waiting to vomit this entire time.
Yeah.
So
Now
if you're
is your
ready to
moment.
regurgitate, we are ready.
Okay, hold on.
I'm like a bird, I'm gonna throw up in your
Oh, no,
mouth.
no.
Please
Is she
open
been-
I'm going to
your
regret
mouth.
asking this.
Is she actually
Please open your mouth. No, don't throw up in that bag!
Sorry.
I paid $10 for that. Okay.
Sorry.
Do
We
you
have a
actually
weak
use
dollar.
that bag? Is that bag for like a play that you're in? Or do you use it?
She got me this bag, this purse,
No.
during quarantine, so I haven't had a chance to use it yet. But I'm gonna use
Did it come
Well,
free with
clearly
a magazine?
Clearly, Olympia does not watch our videos, but
She does. She just doesn't.
that's the thing is that Alexis doesn't have crabs, so
Yeah.
that's her thing. She's a crab person now. It's okay. Other people got it.
Yeah.
But that what?
All right, moving on.
Wasn't that
Everything
a Minnie Mouse purse?
Very
wasn't
It's a
it?
crab.
Oh, I thought it was Minnie Mouse. I'm very drunk. Okay. What about Gigi?
You have
Gigi.
got through that bottle pretty well.
I thought it
I
could have done
really
with more editing.
Oh, really?
It was for a good 30 seconds, it was the same shot.
The second half, where we started to
I
get
loved
some
it.
more camera movements, the prop in the foreground that came
props.
across, all of that was magic.
So cool.
I wanted more of that in the beginning. There was
Yeah.
too much of the static. Everything from the costume change onwards was amazing. I just think it was a bit slow to start.
She definitely
I don't know.
replicated more of the music video, like some of the games that they did, like leaning in as a realistic person, then stepping into like the cartoon
Yeah.
world. That would have been really cool to see.
Can we talk about that outfit though? Those jackets, I would die for those.
That
They're
was-
so
Well,
good.
all I can
They're
say is
so
clearly her
good.
mother is not an editor.
Olympia.
What?
Really?
The
I
mother
really-
does everything,
I'm-
doesn't she? The mum's the
Listen.
talent, not Gigi.
Okay, the first time I saw a picture of her mom, I was so depressed because I realized we're probably the same age. And so
Her
when I
mom.
saw it, I was like, oh God, I have started so late. I do not have a drag queen daughter yet. I liked it. Shannon and I, we talked about it on Zoom last night. I thought it was super smart. I mean, I see what you're saying about it was pretty static to start, but I think that made her costume change even more jarring. Like, to me, it was like oh shit, something happened. I enjoyed it. I thought it was really smart, and it seemed like she drew all of that. And that alone is...
All right, so she was able to
Long.
order a marker on Amazon. I don't know. Listen, I mean, my professional opinion is it was a bit poo.
Bit too.
That's a bit
Oh.
harsh. That's a bit harsh. My only
I thought it was a bit
criticism.
poo.
An artiste.
My only
I
I wouldn't say
criticism-
poo. No,
Alexis,
she's just
that's
turned
what
her
she
camera off because she's so
Alexis
bloody
hates
stupid.
I just wanted a little bit more editing in the first half. That was my only criticism. I did not think it was poo. I thought it was very good, actually. But I just think for the finale, it could have been You want to make the most, because they weren't even doing the full songs, were they? They were segments of the songs, so you want to try and do the absolute most. If this was for like a drag show where we had the whole song,
thank God,
then
though.
sure.
Can you imagine if they did the whole song, how long the show would have been?
Yeah.
No.
It'll be almost as long as this podcast.
Oh yeah, thank you for watching. Click out.
Oh, she's gone.
Bye.
What about Jada's? So hers we thought was so effective because it was literally just her in her living room and there were no bells and whistles or frills or anything.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It was just a bitch like showing you how to fucking do it and a camera and that was it. And she had a fan.
She came on our TV and I yelled, "That should be illegal." That her face and her hair, I'm sorry, that shouldn't be allowed.
100% agree.
It's not fair. How are any of us ever supposed to make any money out of doing what we do when she looks like that?
Speak for yourself.
Fair. It's not fair.
Fucking speak for yourself. I look really great today.
I have eyes.
You do wear glasses though. Thank you very much.
Right.
And what do you think?
Well, Chan, what did you say about it last night? We were talking about it on Zoom last. Yeah, what did you say?
Well, I think just seeing these different types of music videos too, it's just quintessential to what's going on right now with everyone having to adapt to the new normal. And that not only drag queens have to be their own like stylist and like costume designer and wig designer, and they're like the artist that picks out everything. They now have to be
self-directing
like a video editor and understand how to work technology and put their imagination out there visually. So I thought it was really cool to see these contestants like represent what drag queens are doing or drag performers are doing right now. And that's just making the ends meet with what we have. And drag performers are just really creative people that find ways to make something work. And I thought it was a really cool representation of like the different ways of how we've done it. Last night we had Dita Ritz on our Zoom chat just perform like raw talent, and that's kind of what Dita did too.
That's exactly what it is, yeah.
Each of the three girls approach this in very, very different ways. And I think when you watch these digital drag shows, you can see how different artists approach them using what they have, using the skill sets they have. And I think it was, like you said, it was very, very reminiscent of what's going on now. And I think people will rewatch this because it's going to sit on Netflix now for like 10 years. And they're going to get to season 12 and they're going to be like, oh yeah, do you remember that year when we had all these drag shows online?
What it was not reminiscent of is that fucking Parent Trap thing that you guys sent over.
Okay, all right.
Okay,
We don't have Drag Race on Netflix, unfortunately. But I do have a VPN.
Do you wear wigs too?
But
oh my God.
Okay, you're quoting it, so it must have meant something. But
I loved it. Oh my God,
the
I
thing
loved
about
everything.
Jada's was such raw talent, because the thing is, like, all of these girls, when they go on these tours, they have producers, they have video editors, they have backup dancers, they have choreographers. So all of that can be done. Like the production can be done around you. What can't be done is making you into a good performer if you're not. And I think Gigi and Crystal showed that they're good performers, of course. But for me, Jada showed that there is such a raw talent there that literally she can be in an apartment with carpet floors and stucco walls and still all we care about
walls.
is
Jada
what
had
she's doing.
She had the fewest gimmicks out of everybody. You could literally see she was in her living room by her sofa, and yet it was still just as electrifying, if not more so, than the other two lip syncs.
It's the one that I wanted to watch again. If I had to watch one again, I would want to watch hers again.
Yeah.
And it's just because Jada is that raw talent.
Yeah.
And I would usually say this, and I've preferred Jada over Crystal the entire way through, but I thought Crystal's was just so sweet. I'll just like...
It was.
The cutest fucking thing I've ever seen.
The only thing I'd say about Crystal's is I loved it. I told you guys my reaction to it, but that kind of performance would never work outside of this platform, outside of this particular type of finale. So I don't know if it was really appropriate for Drag Race. For a drag show, fantastic. But you could never do that in a normal finale.
You hate Crystal too, huh? Who's a Crystal hater now?
But do you know what I mean? Like you would never be able to do that on a normal finale.
I want to say about Jada, it's kind of also sweet, the fact that it was so simple and that there weren't any bells and whistles. A lot of us, whether we intentionally did it or not, but we start performing in our bedrooms, in our living rooms, like whether in drag or not. Like, I just thought that was a kind of a sweet full circle moment.
Yeah.
Oh, I never even thought about it like that. You're right. That is very sweet, isn't it?
Yeah.
And now
never considered
Aiden
that.
will perform in her bedroom forever.
For the rest of her
Thanks to
life.
Corona, she could have a career doing that, maybe.
So I thought it was really clever that they sent them all exactly the same backdrop and lighting for the final lip sync.
Shit, that was so clever, wasn't it?
Yeah.
All right, calm down.
I couldn't get over that.
Yeah, they clearly
I was so
raided
impressed.
the Party City clearance aisle. They said, "Do you have any
RuPaul
folded
wigs.
tinsel? Do you have
But,
any
like, they
folded
were all
tinsel that
set
will
up
still
exactly
have the
the
fold
same.
in it when they unfold it? Because this is
It's
VH1.
plastic and it'll melt.
It's plastic. It'll melt. And also, do you have giant balloons that a child would use at a birthday party? We're VH1. You understand that, right? Okay, great.
Do you have any
Before they did
pinatas?
that, before they got into the final lip sync, they did do a whole music video about voting, which I thought was
That
so
was
weird.
so
because,
good.
well, in the US and in the UK, we both have such incredible government leadership right now. We have Trump and you have Boris.
Okay,
What is she trying to
been
say?
Great. I'm going.
Well,
I love that
as a
this-
responsible citizen, I don't vote, so I fast forwarded this
For fuck's
section.
sake. This season in particular, they have been so,
I have to say, I've
so
learned a lot
hot
about
on
your
encouraging
government
people to register.
through Gogglebox. Without Gogglebox, I would know
honey.
nothing about your government. So
And
I
let's
want to
just
thank
take a second
Gogglebox.
to thank Alex Polizzi as well.
Alex Polizzi, y'all. Okay, Americans. Let me just tell you something.
No, stop it.
The hotel inspector. She talks through her nose the whole time, and she's both.
God, I wish I'd
She's
never brought it
truth,
up.
but okay, we'll talk about it later. I'll tell you later.
What's one of the quotes you love?
Oh, you might as well. No, it looks like a chip. What is it? No. Oh God.
It might as
Oh,
well
it's like
say-
putting a. It's like putting a. She was like, I mean, why darling? Why bother, darling? Putting up that tiny little photo frame in the corner. It's like putting a cherry on a turd.
Oh, that was it.
Yes! That's
like
season
putting a
8.
cherry on
That's
its
season
head.
8, everyone. That's season 8.
Love that.
I love Alex Polizzi.
Honestly,
I do.
darling.
All right, sorry.
Darling.
Honest, and it's all in her nose, and it's so good. All right.
You love things all in your nose.
Oh.
Right.
Thank
Is that a
you,
cocaine
Nestle
thing?
the bird woman.
Never mind.
All right, so we had the final lip sync. The three of them were in the back room at Party City. They were on their break, and obviously Jada killed it. I think for all of us, our eyes were drawn to her. But Gigi's Dorothy, the changing from the sepia tone to the actual color version, I thought that was so smart. I don't
It took
understand
me
what
a
that had to do
while.
with Survivor.
I didn't understand.
It had nothing to do with Survivor at all.
I didn't understand what was happening
So-
until a good 10 seconds after it happened.
We said, didn't we,
'Cause
that those boots were really weirdly placed.
I
with
thought
that.
there would be a reveal because that dress was a bit bulky. I was like, two of these girls are going to have reveals. Look at Jada in this fucking parachute, and then there's Gigi in
Jada
this
being in a
bulky
parachute
dress.
with a giant zipper down the front.
Yeah.
You thought that was a reveal?
Can you
I was
imagine?
shocked.
Funnily enough, I had an inkling, and so when Gigi did it and the color just changed, I was like, oh. It's the same dress. That's what. Oh wait, but she's got the red shoe. Is
were
this
like-
a Dorothy thing? I didn't get it.
Well,
straight
we
away.
understood it was Dorothy because of the red, but I was like, that's the same dress essentially, so it's a bit weird. I think it's because the sepia tone wasn't enough of a difference for me to begin with. I was like, I don't really understand the deal.
If she's not going to be, obviously you can't because it's like a one-shot thing, but because her skin tone's not changing, there should have been a higher contrast. It should have been properly black and white, and then the most vivid blue and white to really, really have a big
It
difference.
was very
Dixie's
subtle.
seething.
Girl.
Yeah, it was a very
Put that
subtle.
in your iMovie.
It was a very subtle change.
Alexis agrees.
And the lighting didn't help. There was also a wig change. Did y'all notice?
What?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, it came
there
down.
But I couldn't tell.
It was up and then it came down.
That for me was like one of the most overrated moments in Drag Race history when Roxy Andrews took her wig off.
Shut your ugly boat mouth.
And revealed the same wig underneath. Why do people think that was the best thing ever?
Because it was incredible.
Because it was the same wig. That's hilarious.
That's the point.
No, and also no one had ever seen anything like that before.
No,
exactly.
but if it was a different wig, it would have been.
That is the whole point.
Who cares if it's the same wig?
It's so extra.
Who cares?
Think about it. No. Think about it though. If you're like say you're at, I don't know, what do they have there? You're at a castle. So say you're at a castle and someone introduces themselves. They rip off their face in front of you. Ta-da! And it's the same exact face underneath. What a gag. What a gag. Because you go, why do that?
But this is
it would
the
be
thing.
so much work.
This is the deal. Wig reveals are so commonplace nowadays that I feel like if someone was to take their hair off and it was exactly the same underneath, fucking hilarious. The fact that Roxy Andrews was the first person to do it on Drag Race, I didn't understand at the time why that was amusing or funny or anything. I was like, it's the same hair.
So you see, sometimes drag queens, they make jokes and they try.
How would you fucking know? You make a joke. You've never said anything funny in your whole bloody life. How would you know humour?
As a
I feel
patron
very
of Novympia,
attacked.
I can agree. I can co-sign that.
You've never said anything
bitch.
funny in your whole fucking life.
But but Monet Exchange does the best wig reveal. Monet Exchange has a pussycat blonde wig that she pulls off into a pussycat blonde wig.
Yeah.
Yes,
that's
great. That's what I mean. That's great.
It's clean. It's fast.
Can we take a second to talk about, even though Crystal's lip sync was not, particularly up to par with the others in terms of the competition, she looked
best
incredible.
she's ever looked on this show.
Stunning. Yeah.
Wasn't that gorgeous?
I was obsessed with that.
I loved that.
Absolutely
Can you imagine? You've been watching this show for years. You have survived so many seasons. It's now your turn. And it's the best you've ever looked in drag. And you're standing in front of these props sent to you by VH1 in your living room. Like, what about... Overall, and I think, a lot of people have shared this opinion. Overall, this season was so good. And it was so... The cast couldn't have been more perfect to help get us through this insane season. But bless their hearts, they deserved so much better than this.
It was cursed right from day one.
Yeah.
For two very distinct reasons, but...
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Two things happened.
I think this finale, just moving on, I think this finale was a lot better than we were all expecting. I think they did the best with what they had. The only issue I personally had was I really wish Rue did not wear that mask. It was just distracting to me. I didn't like it. Even a different mask. Why was it like a wrestler mask? What was that about?
It reminded me of
even just
in
something
Halloween
else.
when straight people do the face zippers. And it's like a zipper over your mouth.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, Chan is not here for a face zipper. Oh, for God's sake. Can you imagine a face zipper or a pink wig and an awful red dress? Do something different.
Girl, button your face.
Don't even.
Button.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You can't imagine what it's like when y'all finally come to Chicago. You can't imagine what it's like going out with Chan. Anytime she sees a face zipper, which happens more often than you think, she just can't handle it. She keeps buttons with her at all times. She throws buttons at them until
she
they
goes
leave.
right up to people and she just zips their face together and she goes, "No, not today."
Nobody wants
Not
to see
today. No, of course.
Velcro would be
So-
funny. You just put Velcro on the sides of your face.
That's good.
That's next
Get you a
level.
3M strip. Get you a 3M strip, bitch. Hang a picture from it.
I think we do need to take a moment to talk about Evie, our previous reigning queen.
Oh, I forgot about Evie.
I really liked this look. I thought it was very fun. The whole little skit that she had where she was cutting up the sweatpants and she made this sweatpant and gym sock gown thing. I thought that was very fun. And I really, really loved... I just spat everywhere. I wonder if that gets caught on camera.
Dirty bitch.
I really, really loved how they got the crown clip art and like superimposed it.
It
and then, like,
floated
pushing
in.
it away, and
That
it
was
like,
great.
following like Jada's head.
That was the worst
so
crown. It was
camp.
literally like someone had like 10 minutes left before they had to like render it, and they were like, Google.
Right.
Well, it's because
crown.
it's royalty free, and they didn't want to pay for like a proper like stock photo.
Oh, they could have just ripped one from, what is it? Fierce Crown. What do they call it? Fierce Drag
Crown
Jewels.
I don't think they
Fierce
sponsored
Drag
anything
Jewels.
this series. So
Fierce
maybe
Crown,
not.
yeah, Fierce Drag Jewels or whatever. Yeah.
They typed
We
in
have
crown,
the Fierce
transparent
Crown Jewels.
background.
Thank you very much. Yes, we have a royal family.
Well, I also felt for Evie that she didn't get her big moment to like hand over her crown, but I thought she made the best of it. I loved the sweatsuit with like the that she had stoned and the socks that looked like little weird penises. If
Do you
you've
know
never
what's
seen
so
a penis
bad
before.
though? Like, I felt really. I don't know what it is, but if you had said to me who was the last person to win Drag Race, I'm pretty sure I would have said Sasha Velour.
Oh yeah.
Like, I forgot about Evie. I forgot Evie. I'm sorry. I just forgot about Evie. Did anyone else forget about Evie?
Because we follow Queens a lot on. We follow Queens a lot on YouTube.
Aquaria and Evie.
Yeah.
Oh, Aquaria.
Oh,
Shit, there's
Aquaria
two.
was after Sasha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we've never seen Evie tour, and I don't think she's very present on YouTube, is she? She doesn't.
I've got
she
to
doesn't do a lot on the Wow
apologise to
Presents
both
channel.
Evie and-
She doesn't
and
have her own
Aquaria.
YouTube channel,
Well,
so we wouldn't be exposed
Chan
to
and
her.
I, we didn't have a very memorable. We interviewed her at DragCon New York. I mean, given we interviewed her from about 40 feet away at the end of the line, and we yelled questions at her.
I forgot about
But
that.
I didn't, girl, I wasn't very impressed. Were you?
Couldn't hear
Can
her
I
at all.
suggest?
She didn't answer us at all.
Can I suggest the reason you don't
What?
remember those last two is because of the new format of the lip sync off? Like, when's the last time somebody won who really, really deserved it?
I also think
Tyra Sanchez.
going on from that idea, though, I also think we've
her
had
reign was explosive. Go ahead.
We've had too much too soon after each other. Like, it's just a lot all at once. They've been very... And I think that's what also makes it difficult to let the winners breathe and have their moment before they're fucking starting the next one.
I feel bad now. I've pooed all over Aquaria.
Well, you should feel bad.
I want to say, not that they didn't deserve to win, but that's just what my thought process. You're completely right. They needed more time.
Oh, I'm
to
glad.
shine in the...
I'm glad.
Yeah.
Evie, I feel like
You
we
should
haven't
feel
seen
bad.
Evie. No, shut up. No, I shouldn't. You shut up.
Feel
You
bad
look bad.
feel bad for the young, beautiful, white blonde lady. Please feel bad for her. The very rich, young, beautiful lady.
Who are we talking about? Me? Aquaria?
No, but you're right. They should
I
have...
used a
don't
lot
know
of
who we're talking
adjectives that I would not use for you. What?
I was just saying you're right.
You choose them all.
Lady is one
you
of them.
harlot. Oh, you're a witch. God, she's a witch. Look at her.
Okay, this has quickly gone off the rails, and by that I mean it went off the rails when we started. Is there any... Should we do a final season roundup? Season 12? What are our final thoughts?
Who was everyone's favourite overall? If they had one queen that they could have pioneered for the win from this season,
Ooh.
who would it have been?
Jan.
Heidi.
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 The person I'll carry with me, Heidi. What did you say, Chan?
I say Jada because I think she would push me to do better for myself. Like, she would be up my ass.
Shit.
And like, you need to work harder. And
That's true.
That's a good
By which you're admitting that you put no work in.
I think everyone could put a little bit more work in.
Yeah.
Certainly
Not
you
me.
could.
This is the most I can do. It's truly, I have maxed out.
There's nothing left.
Alexis,
left.
come on, say
Alexis?
something, you
I'll
bint.
say Jada too, but honestly, there were so many amazing this season. Like Jan, like
They
you
can't
said-
hear you.
Oh, am I there? Hello.
No, I mean
No,
the contestants
we
can't
can
hear
hear
you,
you.
so you haven't got to
I'm
blow
just saying,
smoke up
this
their
is
ass.
The best season. This is the best season in a while. Jan, I agree with Nova. Jackie, pretty much anyone with a J.
Yeah.
At the beginning.
I think Jada was my favourite out of the top three. I think she was my winner out of the top three. So I was really happy to see her win.
Yeah. There's no way that is undeserved. People that anyone who's the people can have opinions,
But we
that's
all
just wrong.
know how I felt about Jan. I felt like she was
no one cares.
wasted on this season.
Yeah.
Like, she has got so much potential that she, for whatever reason, we didn't get to see. So I want to see her on All Stars.
I think Jan went into the season as Miss Cracker. I think she immediately was put into a box, and they were like, "Let's just sleep on
Miss
her.
Cracker.
This is not her time. Let's just enjoy her for a while and then send her home." Jada was like the best, like the drag excellence.
She was ready
that
for this.
Excellence is the word.
But
There was
Heidi-
never anything out of place.
Correct.
Heidi is someone that I will carry with me from the season.
Yeah.
Like when I
Heidi,
think back
I
to
think,
season
is a
12,
star.
Heidi will always be at the forefront of my mind.
If you think of this as like a reality TV show rather than a drag competition, Heidi was one of the biggest stars of it. I think she is a real TV personality now. I think she could definitely... She's going to be fine.
Yeah.
She's going to be absolutely fine.
Oh yeah, they gave her $10,000 and she made $9,000 last year. Like that.
I know, shit.
Oh, I love that for her. That's
We never
so-
talked about Pantene giving everybody $2,000. What was that about?
Oh yeah, or
What was
Dolly
that
Parton,
about?
or Dolly fucking Parton being
That was
there.
so
Dolly
random.
Parton.
Imagine
That
Dolly
was
Parton just
crazy.
appearing. That was very sweet.
Yeah, but so Dolly Parton to us, to Americans, she's like our Camilla Parker Bowles. She's just
You dare talk about Camilla Parker Bowles!
I'm
No one
sorry.
cares about Camilla
I'm
Parker
sorry.
Bowles!
You what? I have never been more offended.
She's dead. She's dead. No.
As someone who subscribed to the Royals magazine that only lasted for 12 issues, I
not
and
dead.
have every single one. I believe me, I understand
She is.
her impact in the world.
Is Camilla Parker Bowles is dead, isn't she dead?
No.
A lot of people died.
No,
Is she married to Prince Charles?
Yes.
And she's alive?
Yes.
Diana's the one.
she's very much alive.
You don't know that.
That
Did you
I
know
know I can't.
Girl.
I'm a bit late.
She went through a drive-through. She never got her order.
No.
On that note,
Dixie.
No.
maybe if Alexis
cut
was doing
that
the
out.
talking on that drive-through, it would have been a lot better.
Yeah.
For them.
Who is the American equivalent of Princess Diana? Like Kim
We don't have one
Kardashian?
'cause we're not that classy.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
what?
We're trash.
I feel
she's
Kardashians
she's
are the-
dead. She's dead, but I would say Jackie Kennedy was very much a Princess
Oh, yeah.
Diana.
I think that's a good comparison.
Jackie Kennedy?
Yeah.
Or Sally Field?
Yeah.
What?
Sally Field?
Yeah.
No.
Because she does a lot. She does a lot for people. Sally Field.
Sally Field is, what was that show y'all had? How Clean Is Your House? What was the quiet one? The one that people didn't like as much?
Aggie.
Aggie.
Was that her name?
She was called Aggie, but why is that relevant?
That's Sally Field. That is
What?
the, like...
No, you're so
She's-
stupid. Stop watching British television. You haven't got a clue what you're talking about.
Can I tell you that I watch a lot of British television, and it's your fault, motherfucker. If I hadn't mentioned...
It's not good.
Alex
We don't watch any of
Felici-
it.
Oh, I love it.
Listen,
good.
back to
Hotel Inspector is
Drag
great,
Race.
though.
yeah. Chan is
Drag Race.
I want to say something. This was my favorite part of the episode too. Was the memoriam for Jacqueline Wilson?
Yeah.
Yes.
She was one of the
Yeah.
TV show producers. Like, I think
Yeah.
outside of the TV show, a lot of fans don't recognize that these are human beings that go through like
Yeah.
an incredibly traumatic process. Like,
Yeah.
this show has taken like these people and given them psyche valves and like found ways to manipulate their behavior so that way they reveal a side of themselves that is just for TV consumption. And she was kind of the person that was monitoring like their behavior, their mental health, like even the scene where she was talking to Aiden Zane. I thought that was
I
very,
loved
like,
that.
sweet. I was like, this is a really troubled person that is going through an incredibly intimidating process, and she's there to like monitor him. So
Yeah.
I don't know how the season will carry on with like people like that make sure that these people that are entertaining everyone are taken care of. So I don't know, with losing someone that impactful, I'm curious to see.
Is that you, Chad?
Oh,
That's
they're
the
coming to
angle.
get you.
To see where Drag
What-
Race is. There's a lot of
Wasn't
protests.
she one of the quote unquote story producers? So she's one of a handful. I don't think she's the only one, but she had been there the longest and she knew the job the best because she'd been there since season 2. And I think everybody went to her like she was the most experienced. She knew how it all worked. They'll still have people trying to do what she did, but I think they're going to be very, very big shoes to fill.
It was very, very
it was just nice to hear all the kind things people said about her. She seemed like...
And Dita even, so on our Zoom call last night, Dita had mentioned she was her storyline producer. So every time Dita did her talking head, it was Jacqueline who was asking her the questions. And she said that those interviews are not just, for the contestants at least, they're not just interviews for television content. For Dita, she said it was a lot of like venting, and it was a lot like talking to your mom or talking to your therapist. Yeah. And I think we very easily, we callously sometimes as TV watchers write off storyline producers. We make fun of the choices that we think were made. But these contestants are going through a lot, like Chan said, and at least from Dita's point of view and from what I heard from her, it seemed like Jacqueline was a strong kind of presence and she not only helped get the storyline out, which was her job, but she also kind of helped those contestants remain sane in what can only be described as a crazy process.
She was clearly a good egg, and I think she clearly had these girls' best interests at heart. But let's not get it twisted. I think a lot of story producers, even maybe some others on that show, do it for television. They do try to poke the bear. They do try to stir up shit. And that's what makes her loss so sad, because she really seemed to be a genuine person who was not here to just try and stir the pot.
And they could have so easily just slapped up her in memoriam, in memory of, called it a day, but they did this whole segment about her, which they didn't have to do.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of letting people know who she was, which was just so touching. I thought it was a really sweet moment.
And that's exactly. This was one of the first in memoriam things I've seen from a TV show where I actually got kind of a glimpse into her life. Like, we usually, they'll either throw up a picture or they'll do a quick, hey everyone, she meant a lot to us, and then move on. I felt like we kind of got to know Jacqueline, and it clearly made an impact to the point that, we're chatting about it now. I thought it was really beautiful.
And I related to her because, when you think of the presence of the audience in a drag show, you see a lot of women there. And I don't know, I've seen on Twitter that people, some of these gays are like, oh, women don't belong in drag shows. Like keep your bachelorette parties down. Like they generalize the audience. But honestly, when I go to a drag show, women are the ones that are like filming it, making sure that we're getting tipped well, that we're documented, like Chicago.
They're the ones who are most excited that you're there.
They're excited to see you. They love drag so much that they will genuinely like devote their hobby to it. Their hobby time. So shout out to everyone out there, all the ladies out there that are supporting drag performers. Just gotta say that.
Yeah.
Well, it was ended on a very nice note, I think, in a podcast which I think people will look back at as being generally atrocious.
I think it was nice. And very long. Very
far too long. But it's nice to end on a positive note on and sort of a positive episode on what has generally been a very it's been kind of like tense to watch for several reasons, I think. Regardless of how incredibly talented and strong that cast was, it was always a bit touch and go, wasn't it, this season? You always kind of watch with a bit of like, I don't really know where this is going to go, what's going to happen, but it ended on a high note.
It always stayed in the back of your mind. It always stayed in the back of your mind. It started with the controversy.
When these girls finally get a chance to tour together, we all need to try and support them. They need to have their moment. They didn't get their moment at DragCon this year. We need to make sure that they get their time in the spotlight.
They will,
because they really deserve it.
They will.
And actually, thank you for bringing that up. When the tours start, Novympia are opening for Dahlia on her UK tour. They're all going to be dressed as broccoli.
Excuse me.
I think the fuck not.
And it's gonna be a 7-minute show. You'll wait in line for 3 hours.
Right, great.
All right. Well, thanks so much for collaborating, ladies. We had a blast.
This was fun.
Thank you so much.
It's been so mediocre. I could not have wished for less.
Well, it's finally 5 o'clock here, so we're gonna start drinking. But y'all go to bed.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
We're gonna go and Zoom Charmaine now.
Exactly.
So we're gonna go now and like totally just like drink the rest of this Chardonnay.
I'm so
hate my
offended.
life.
All right, I have to leave this chat.
I want to go home.
And then we'll just sort of we're gonna I don't know what else are we gonna do? Just have.
Just want to get pissed. We're going to speak to Charmaine now and do a little Zoom video with her. So that's going to be interesting. I dread to think I've not spoken to her today yet. So
can I just say though, like when we've done collaborations with people in the past, there's always been kind of an element of like us and them, or it's kind of like we don't really know them that well. But this has been so easy and like effortless and like fun to speak to you guys. Like I feel like we've kind of have done this already, kind of thing. So I think you've made it just very, very nice for us. So I just want to put that out there.
Dixie's not renewing her Patreon membership.
Yeah, don't you?
These two aren't joining.
You.
So.
No, I'm not.
I take it all back. I take it all back. It's been shit. It's been shit from the word go.
All right. Please go burn that. Please burn that picture, please. And thank you so much.
I'm going to stick it on the fridge.
Thank you. I cannot.
Thanks, girls.
Thank you so much.
Again.
Thank you.
You too.
Nice meeting
Bye,
you.
girls. Join our Patreon. Make your parents not proud.